CVI is the leading cause of childhood visual impairment in the United States and is often misdiagnosed and misunderstood. For parents, this means we need to empower ourselves to learn all we can about CVI so that we can effectively advocate for our children with CVI. CVI can impact access to learning, the environment, social interactions, and skill development. Everyone working with your child needs to understand CVI, how your child learns, and what access looks like for them. When your child is medically complex, CVI can be overshadowed by some of your child's other diagnoses. So where do you begin? Be open to sharing. Open communication with the team is a key part of creating success for your child. Share your child's CVI diagnosis, or if CVI is suspected, with your early intervention or school team. Maybe you suspect that your child has CVI due to the other complex medical diagnoses that are common with CVI, such as epilepsy. Maybe you observe your child has some visual difficulties or that they might use their vision differently. Share your observations and concerns with your child's team. You are the most valuable member of your child's team. Request CVI assessments. It's critical to know how CVI impacts access to learning and the environment for your child. Any child with a suspected visual impairment has the right to educational evaluations, and as a parent or a guardian, you have the right to request a functional vision assessment, CVI assessment, such as the Perkins CVI protocol, and a learning media assessment, all completed by a teacher of students with visual impairments, or known as a TVI. The results inform and determine appropriate services, supports and accommodations, goals and objectives, and accessible programming in your child's IEP. We know that it can be hard to find a TVI. A TVI is a provider that works with students with blindness and low vision in early intervention and the school system. It's essential to have a TVI on your child's team. If your district cannot secure services with a TVI for your child, continue to advocate for a TVI and work closely with your child's special educator and other team members to help learn about and support your child with CVI. The TVI is responsible for completing vision assessments and ensuring accessibility during your child's day, which can include adapting materials and the environment, direct services with your child, and consulting with your child's team. Adaptations and modifications need to be individualized to meet your child's specific needs, and providers need to understand the compensatory skills your child uses to access their world. Many with CVI use a multisensory approach to access learning. Orientation and mobility, known as O&M, instruction is also critical for supporting all students with CVI and helping them safely navigate their environment. Request an assessment by an O&M provider. You can request the team learn more about CVI by taking professional development courses, and you can meet regularly to discuss any questions or concerns you may have. Feel empowered. Advocating for your child might feel like building an entirely new skill set and going outside your comfort zone. You know your child best, and you are your child's best advocate. Share what you know about your child with their team so that together you can help shape meaningful goals and benchmarks. Share if your child has other vision diagnoses and how CVI impacts your child. For example, share if your child appears to notice items more on one side versus the other, if they struggle with certain tasks, if certain accommodations seem to help assist them, and any other strategies or supports you found helpful for your child. Focus on how your child engages and accesses their routines, learning, and environment. What are their strengths and compensatory skills they use? Discuss individualized modifications and adaptations informed by assessment and observation, such as dimmed lighting, quieter learning spaces, the need for breaks throughout the school day or even during direct sessions, a smaller classroom size, and the importance of safety while navigating through the environment. Be proactive about sharing all the successes and challenges and what you want for your child. Keeping open communication with our child's team ensures that everyone is on the same page. Advocating for a child with epilepsy and CVI requires a collaborative team approach to ensure they have access to the necessary materials and accommodations. It's crucial that the TVI works closely with other team members, such as physical therapist, occupational therapist, behavior therapist, speech and language pathologist, and classroom teachers, to identify the appropriate accommodations needed throughout your child's day. It's also important for the team to understand how epilepsy and CVI are connected, as well as understand your child's other medical complexities. The team needs to understand how all of these medical conditions impact CVI and your child's access to learning so that appropriate accommodations can be made. To learn more about CVI, visit cvinow.org. To learn more about developmental and epileptic encephalopathies, visit deepconnections.net.